Welcome back to the Business and AI podcast. In today's episode, we'll be going through the final chapter of the book Competing in the Age of AI by Marco Iannucci and Karim Lakhani. Chapter 10 is titled The AI Mandate, and it dives into the unique challenges AI poses to leaders, emphasizing the need for adaptability, ethical foresight, and collaborative thinking. The authors argue that leading in the AI era requires a blend of traditional management skills and digital adaptability. AI powered firms demand leaders who can navigate cultural challenges and changes as well, ethical complexities, and structural transformations. Unlike past business environments where specialization was often key, today's leaders need cross functional capabilities to manage dynamic and data driven ecosystems. The author stressed that leaders must balance old and new skills, understanding when and how to deploy AI tools when keeping human values at forefront. It's not just about using AI, it's about knowing how to integrate it thoughtfully across the organization. This chapter underscores that AI is not simply a tool, it's an operational engine that transforms a company's entire structure. Leaders are encouraged to go beyond minor improvements and rethink their organizations for the AI age. This includes the first one, decentralizing decision making, empowering teams with AI tools that provide real time insights for agile decision making. The second one would be embedding learning loops. This would imply building continuous feedback processes into operations to enhance adaptability. The third one, reevaluating governance models, which would involve shifting from rigid hierarchies to more collaborative, flexible frameworks. The authors use Microsoft's transformation under Satya Nadella as a compelling example. Nadella's shift towards cloud services and AI powered solutions was paired with a cultural change that encouraged learning and collaboration, demonstrating the synergy between technology and cultural adaptation. The ethical responsibilities of AI driven firms are significant, with leaders needing to address issues such as data privacy, algorithmic biases, and social impact. The authors argue that wisdom will be a defining quality for a leader in the AI age, as they balance innovation with accountability. The example of Facebook's struggle with data privacy and misinformation highlights the dangers of focusing solely on technological advancements without ethical foresight. This section emphasizes that effective AI leadership involves proactive responsibility for societal impact, advocating for ethical principles to guide the development and deployment of AI tools. The authors outline several key areas where leaders should focus their efforts. The first, transformation at the top, which implies that leaders must model change and motivate their teams to adopt new technologies. The second, building a digital culture, which implies that organizations should cultivate a growth mindset that encourages experimentation and learning. The third, fostering collaboration, which implies that cross functional collaboration is essential as data and algorithms often touch multiple areas within a firm. And the fourth one being investing in talent development. Firms must prioritize AI talent acquisition and training to build a workforce that can navigate the demands of the digital age. Now, let's talk about balancing innovation with stability. While digital firms are known for rapid innovation, traditional firms must excel in managing stability and complexity. The author suggests that leaders integrate these strengths rather than choosing one approach over the other. Walmart's evolution, which blends its retail strengths with digital innovation, is presented as a strong example of balancing tradition and adaptability to stay competitive. The authors emphasize that AI era leadership extends beyond individual firms, calling for collaboration with governments and other public entities. Public-private partnerships are seen as essentials for addressing broader societal issues like job displacement and inequality, and ensuring that benefits of AI are shared equitably. Leaders must engage with policymakers to shape AI regulations that protect public interest while fostering innovation, recognizing that ethical leadership is not confined to internal company policies. The authors effectively communicate that AI-driven leadership requires a distinct blend of adaptability, ethics, and collaboration. Their emphasis on transforming the operating model and rethinking governance shows a forward-thinking approach to AI-era leadership. The example of Microsoft under Satya Nadella is particularly compelling case study that illustrates how cultural shifts can go hand in hand with technological transformations. The chapter also succeeds in highlighting ethical foresight as a core leadership quality. The authors make a strong case that AI's ethical implications are not just technical concerns, they are integral to responsible leadership. Their suggestion that leaders must address issues like data privacy and algorithmic bias reflects a holistic understanding of the responsibilities facing today's organizations. While the chapter offers valuable insights, some recommendations feel idealistic or lack actionable detail. For instance, decentralizing decision making and embedding learning loops are sound suggestions, but the practical challenges of implementing these shifts in established firms aren't fully explored. In traditional organizations, hierarchical structures and existing processes can be resistant to such transformations. Additional examples of non tech companies that have successfully adopted these changes would have made the advice more universally applicable. Similarly, while the focus on ethical leadership is timely, the author could provide more guidance on how to build an ethics oriented culture. Creating this environment requires tangible steps and sustained commitments, which may be challenging in profit driven organizations. The chapter could benefit from more concrete advice on fostering ethical accountability beyond broad calls for wisdom. So, this chapter is particularly relevant for leaders at all levels. As AI's influence is becoming ubiquitous across industries, leaders from traditional and tech driven organizations can take away valuable lessons about balancing innovation with stability and maintaining ethical principles in a fast paced digital environment. The emphasis on collaboration with public entities is pertinent in light of growing regulatory scrutiny, making this a timely read for any business leader interested in sustainable growth. The insights on building a digital culture and developing AI talent apply broadly to organizations navigating digital transformation. For companies looking to remain competitive, creating a workforce that adapts to and harness AI's power is essential. Now, how can we apply this information? For leaders, this chapter emphasizes active ethical planning. Consider setting up regular ethics reviews for your AI processes to ensure transparency and responsibility. Building a cross-functional team to monitor AI operations can help create accountability and promote transparency. Additionally, think about how to cultivate a digital culture by encouraging a growth mindset and investing in continuous learning opportunities for employees. Now, moving on to questions for reflection for today. The first question would be, what steps can you take to balance innovation with the stability and reliability needed in your industry? That's the first question. And the second question would be, how might you collaborate with public entities to develop and support regulations that align with both societal and organizational goals? So, thank you for listening to this episode of the Business and AI podcast. Today we've explored leadership mandates of the AI era, examining both summary and critique of chapter 10 of this book. We saw how effective leadership requires a blend of adaptability, ethical foresight, and a commitment to learning. So, as we conclude our journey through this book, we hope that these insights inspire you to embrace the opportunities and challenges of AI driven leadership. I would recommend this book. It's a good read. It has much more to it than we have talked about. So stay tuned for our next series where we'll continue exploring business and how AI's transformative power across various sectors is affecting the society, economies, and everybody as a whole. Until then, stay curious and stay informed. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next series.